Janice, always good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
And great to be with you in person,
I
Michael.
know, in person here in Halifax.
Yes.
Listen, I want to first and foremost talk about the founding of this forum, because you were very instrumental in that. You were one of the founders of this gathering. Why was it important to create?
So this was created 15 years ago, Michael, and it has become the premier international security forum for North America. The original vision was to do exactly that, so that Canada has a voice at the table in discussing issues that are on the agenda, but also proactively in setting the agenda. That was the vision. What, among the many things that distinguishes the Halifax Forum, is we have a large delegation of senators and congresspeople from the House that came every year and are coming this year despite the threat of a shutdown. John McCain was one of the original leaders of that delegation, and it is the largest collection of legislators from the United States that come to Canada. So it provides a unique opportunity for Canadians to engage.
So when you look back at the forum across the last 15 years, what would you say it has achieved concretely?
So it has been an agenda setter, both in terms of helping others understand what the security agenda is from Washington's perspective. That is a long-standing role, but still so important as we transition to a different world. And secondly, it has done something that is unique globally. This is the only security forum for democracies, which was also part of the original vision. So yes, China is not invited. Russia is not invited. This is the place globally for democracies to come together and ask, how do we meet our security challenges in a way that is appropriate for democracies?
Now, you mentioned Russia, you mentioned China, and really the focus of this year is meant to be China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. Why that grouping? Why that focus in 2023-24?
So the forum is putting a new piece of jargon on the table, CRINKS, in China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Why that, Michael? Because it connects the conflicts that are roiling the security agenda. Ukraine is the obvious one. Russia launched that invasion, but Iran has stepped up to supply Russia with missiles and drones. The war between Israel and Hamas. Iran is playing a big role, a coordinating role in that war, and Russia has stepped up to lead a major disinformation campaign. So it's about pulling the threads together and understanding how the global security order is realigning.
Well, you mentioned Israel and Hamas. How does the current conflict affect this gathering?
Oh, there's no question, Michael, that it is shaping the agenda. There will be at least one plenary session, if not more, devoted to it. There are interesting things that we learn from the conflict in Ukraine that are relevant to understanding the war between Israel and Hamas. Yes, these are in two different parts of the world, but the forum will draw attention to what does Israel need to learn from Ukraine about how it fights as a democracy. Ukraine has done that. And secondly, what do we need to learn about the threads that are tying that conflict together? So it's reshaped the agenda. There's no question.
Well, we are watching. Again, always appreciate the time. Thank you for walking us through the forum.
It's a pleasure, Michael.